Another cool thing about the sequencer on the SE-02 is that it can be triggered by an external device. So on the table here, we've got a TR-8S, and I've got a cable that's going from our trigger out into the trigger in on the SE-02. And now it means that the sequencer on the TR-8S can advance the sequence on the SE-02, which is quite cool. We do have to make one quick setting change on the SE-02 though, which is to sync it to a trigger rather than its internal clock. So I push the first two buttons in the sequencer edit menu, and it's option 2, the sync, which is set to int for internal at the moment. But if I tweak the value dial, we can either sync it to MIDI, USB, or in this instance, we want it to be synced to trigger. So now when I press play, it doesn't start the sequencer, it kind of arms it for playing. And on the TR-8S, I have a trigger track here, which is just set all 16 notes are on, which means that it's going to be triggering a note every single step. So when I start the TR-8S, it'll start the sequencer on the SE-02. The other good thing about the sequencer, because this is triggering every 16 step, but maybe I don't want that. So I can actually turn off a few individual steps. And now it will just advance a note whenever it gets a signal from the sequencer. So although this is going to put that pattern a bit out of whack, it's quite good. It can make some quite interesting sort of results. So. And then we can bring in other elements from the drums to sort of build up a bit of a performance as well. That could be quite cool. You can make some quite interesting patterns with that, different polyrhythms. It's a pretty good way of messing around with it. So if you do have a device that has a trigger output on it, give it a try with your SE-02 because it's quite cool.